for anyone just discovering like Jake and Shelby as a duo, can you guys introduce yourself? Who are you? How did this begin? Where did it start? Just kind of take
Mhm.
me through that story.
Well, we're Jake and Shelby. We're
Mhm.
a singer-songwriter duo, and we've been a duo for like 3 years now. We actually met at a little school of music in Hendersonville called Cedarstone, and we met in some groups together. We were in a cover band, actually two cover bands, and an a cappella group, and we were doing that for a long time, and it was really fun. We actually didn't really like talk very much in the beginning though, because we have a little age difference and we're both like pretty shy, so those two things
Yeah.
kept us apart for a long time. But Jake wanted to start songwriting, and his dad was actually teaching me songwriting at the time and told him that he should try like writing with me and another friend of ours. And we did that for a long time, and we really liked doing that, and we
Yeah.
did it for like a year before we became a duo officially.
Yeah. And now we've been a duo for 3 years. Did you already say that?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we've been doing it and we started on social media. So we've been doing like, that's kind of just like where we started. So we've done a lot on there and we're just now releasing our first debut record.
Yay! Congrats so much on that record, by the way. I know that's coming out in October,
Thanks.
so it's a little far out, but that's just so
Yeah.
awesome. Um, so okay, I kind of have two questions from that. Um, Tell me about how that social media scene started. Can you like take me back to your early covers and what that was like to put yourself out on the internet like that?
hmm Yeah. I mean, at first we kind of just like, we're just like, let's do this every day and see how it goes and kind of like, let's commit to doing this. And
Mhm.
I mean, we kind of just started with just choosing songs that we enjoyed together and liked to play together. Um,
Yeah, we started with a lot of covers on social media,
yeah,
and that's kind of how we got started. And I guess it was kind of like it wasn't supernatural, like posting out of nowhere, because I feel like we both didn't really post on social media like that often
yeah,
before we just started posting every day as a duo. But once we started doing it, I feel like we got the hang of it, and it was really fun to like build a community. And we were really fortunate that it really didn't take long at all for people to start finding our music. And even before we released any music, just like watching our videos and stuff.
yeah,
Um, which is really cool to think about that it happened so fast.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like posting on social media is such a great way to gain that not only like okay,
Hmm.
followers in that way, but also like I feel like it's more so community, definitely.
Yeah.
In a way where it's like, okay, you get me, especially even with covers, like we like the same songs, like we like the same music. I
Hmm.
feel like it's perfect sense of community. Then my second question was, I love that it kind of started as okay, wait, so Jake, it was your dad that introduced you to Shelby. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's just so beautiful. Um, okay, can you tell me about like your early songwriting process with that, or even how you guys started to work in that way?
hmm Yeah, I mean, the first songwriting session we ever did together, it was like over COVID actually. And so like we like went outside and we were like all like sitting like 6 feet apart and stuff and it was like the first song I had ever written, so I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was like, this is gonna be fun. And then there's actually a song that we've released called Sweet that we wrote. But I like we kind of just started once we did that first writing session, it was like we did that one day, and then it was like 6 months later that we were like, we should finish this song. So we didn't finish it on that first day. And so then we did that, and when we finished it, we were like, let's keep doing this. So we started doing it like every Friday, and we would just all like meet together every Friday night and like have dinner and then write a song or try to write a song. So, I mean, it was kind of just like every week we did it, we just got more comfortable with each other and grew closer and kind of like, I guess just got more used to each other like musically as well and kind of the style that we liked and or we honestly were searching for that a lot through that time, just trying to like find what we
Mhm.
liked and like try to write songs that we liked.
Yeah, I guess talking about Sweet, that just made me remember that Sweet used to be like a country song.
Yeah.
And we like somehow decided that we wanted to change it and make it a little more jazzy, which
Yeah.
was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
That is really fun. Would you guys say that when kind of writing Sweet and having that like dinner songwriting day, would you say is that the moment where you kind of realized that this could be like a bigger duo or something bigger than that? Or were you guys still kind of hesitant about like, okay, let's keep it in the backyard, let's keep it with the 6 feet apart songwriting, or like what was that moment like?
Um, for me, I feel like the moment that it felt like it was something bigger was honestly like once, like the first time that the two of us sang a song together, like outside of doing all the groups together and like even writing as a group with like other people, like the first time that we sang one of our songs, just the two of us, it was like really special.
Yeah.
You remember what I'm talking
I do,
about?
yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That moment was just really cool. And as I don't know, yeah, I agree.
And so with that also, with being from the same hometown or kind of having those shared experiences, do you feel like that also changed the way that your songwriting came about individually, but also between the two of you? Do you feel like those shared experiences or moments influence the way that you guys write together?
Yeah, I think they definitely do. Like whenever I mean we grew up in the same like going to the same public school and but we like didn't know each other at all from the school. But yeah, I mean I think having like the same kind of like at least place where we grew up was like we could share a lot of experiences and stuff, which was like easy to at least like grow or I just feel like close to each other, I guess, and feel like we could like be vulnerable and like write songs together. um, but I mean, we both shared like differently, or we don't share. Both had like really different like lifestyles growing up and like different lives, which I think is a good thing for sure because we both have like really different perspectives. I think in that way, but then also like just from being friends now and getting to write music together, it's fun because like at first when we were writing the songs, we had like not many shared experiences, I guess, together. But now we can like write a lot of songs where it's like
Hmm.
things we've experienced together, and that's been a fun thing because
Yeah.
we haven't got to do that for a while, and now we're like getting to start to do that because we have shared a lot of experiences together.
I love that. Do you guys feel so? Let's talk about the album "Learning to Love," which is out October 10th. Woo.
Yeah.
And do you feel like okay? A couple questions with that. Obviously, it's a huge milestone in like your career. But can you talk me through the songwriting process in the studio and kind of because it's a big like expansion. What's the number of singles that's gonna be or songs that's gonna be on the? I didn't quite get the number. Do you know?
It's 12 songs.
12. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big expansion. Can you talk to me what it's like being in the studio and trying to create an entire kind of storyline within the one album?
Hmm.
Well, we've really been wanting to release an album for like a long time now, so like we have kind of just been like writing throughout like the whole time that we've been a duo, and this album we've kind of like picked songs like throughout our whole time of being a duo, just like a lot of our favorites that we really loved. Like one of the songs that is on the album called A Little at a Time, like we wrote that before we even became a duo.
Yeah.
So we didn't necessarily like write all of the songs for this album like at once. Some of these newer, the three last singles that we released, those were all written around the same time, and I guess a lot of the other songs in the album were written around the same time. But uh, yeah, it's kind of just been like that. But I feel like the longest process that we've been going through is just like figuring out what we want our sound to be like in the studio,
Hmm.
just sonically, just because we started just acoustic and it was just me singing and him playing guitar. Like the first EP we released was totally stripped down, so that's been just really fun, but also like kind of like
It's been challenging to
yeah,
find a sound that we like. Yeah.
yeah. But I feel like this album, like we found something that we really love, and
Yeah. I
yeah.
feel like we really dialed that part into like within like this I guess this whatever 2024, like near the end of 2024, like when we were recording the record. I mean, we were working on that for just like ever since the beginning, I guess, because like our first original song we did release was called "You and Me," and it has some like production on it. But and then we kind of went away from that and then did the Just Us thing where it's only acoustic. But then when we like were like, let's go back in and do all this production, it was just like, how are we like, what are we gonna do, and like, where do we take this? Because there's so many ways we could have, and yeah, I mean, I feel like it feels really authentic to us, and I'm happy with where it is for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
That's awesome. And I guess kind of speaking in that same vein, the two singles that I kind of wanted to not compare or talk about because I feel like they are kind of two different sounds was Shut Up and Kiss Me, which was just released, and then You Don't
Mm-hmm.
Know. Definitely, I feel like that shows two different sides of the same coin. And then the other question from that, especially with You Don't Know, is how often would you say, and you kind of already touched on this, but how often are each of you writing the lyrics and then making the more production music side? Is that ever like both you guys are doing that at the same time, or how does that come about naturally to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, on that, like most of the time we write the two of us together, and typically like that process looks like me bringing in like a guitar idea or something. Because a lot of times I'll just like when I'm playing guitar at home, I'll have an idea and just like record it on my voice memos on my phone. So I'll just like go through my voice memos and be like, this is a fun idea, and we'll go from there. And usually we go into like lyrics and melody. And Shelby leads definitely more like heavily on the lyrics and stuff, and I kind of like help edit there if there's anything that needs to be edited. But and then we kind of work together on melody and then like the rest of the music and production as well. So I don't know, but yeah, typically Shelby leads lyrically and I'll lead more musically. But it kind of switches. Like one of the songs on the album, Shelby just like wrote entirely by herself and just like brought it to us, and we're like, this is awesome. Like let's put this on the record.
What was the song?
It's called Falling Out of Love.
Okay, okay. Kind of pivoting was
Mm-hmm.
with Shut Up and Kiss Me. Can I ask about that music video process? Like filming
Yeah.
that in public? What was that like? Because I'm assuming you probably didn't shut down the whole like carnival, right? Like the
No,
whole
No.
deal,
no.
right? Yeah, so that was in public, like you just had a camera and you would like walk around and film those different moments. What was that
Yeah, we were trying to be like low key with it and not make it like too much of a deal. We've actually um done something like that before, so this wasn't our first time like making a video in public, but it's always like a little awkward in the
Yeah.
beginning because we're just like lip singing like in the middle of all of these people just like walking around, and I feel like it's kind of like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but as it as it went along, I feel like we got more comfortable and we were just like, okay, we're just like hanging out and it's okay.
Yeah. And we filmed these videos with one of our friends out in LA, so she's a really fun
Yeah.
person, and so like she's really chill about it, and that helped to have like a camera person who was like just having fun too. So
Yeah. Part of it was funny too because I think like we forgot the speaker or something, like
oh
the
yeah,
Bluetooth speaker that we were using. So, and it was super loud, so we couldn't like hear it from the phone. So the director, London, she was just like listening to it and singing along to it. So that was how we were like hearing
that's how we
it.
sing with it.
So we
Yeah,
just sang along with her, singing along to the song.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's really funny because I was gonna ask like maybe you don't have like in ears or something like that where you can listen. I'm like I'm sure that was
Yeah.
very loud to hear, but it looks
yeah.
super fun to film. I really like that song.
Thank you.
What? Okay, can I ask about your live show energy? What's the crowd like? How has that grown since you also have gained a kind of a again following, but also more of a community on TikTok, Instagram, in that way? Do you feel like the energy has changed, or what do you like about that?
Yeah. I mean, I think for us it's different than it is for a lot of artists because we started on social media and like we didn't play a show until like later on into like our time being a duo. So like I think we probably had at least like 100,000 followers before we like played our first show, and so like it's definitely different because I feel like we didn't really have like an experience of playing shows before we like were gaining followers on social media. So I don't know if we've like have like a direct answer to that, but I feel like it's definitely been nice to like have social media and have like followers on there so that like when we do have these shows, it's like we've already been able to connect with people. So it's like we can kind of go into it like knowing a little bit what to expect from our fans. But it's also like totally different though still because like you just like can't recreate anything like a live show. And I think like every time we do it, it's always like really fun and we always like learn so much like each show. And yeah, we definitely want to play more live shows.
So, did you guys ever perform? Did you guys like grow up performing, or what was that like going out on the stage? Like, if kind of how you knew that you had this community in the crowd, but what was it like before, like your early performances, like solo or anything like that?
Yeah. I feel like it was definitely a little bit more like nerve wracking, probably.
Yeah, it felt like more official, and there it felt like there was more pressure on it once we were like really artists and everything. I feel like the main performing we did before was like just in the groups, I guess, like
Yeah.
in the band and like in the a cappella group, and I don't know, like talent shows at school.
Yeah.
But those were also very nerve-wracking
Yeah.
for me.
But I also feel like there's a type of like there's also like comfort in it like whenever we are
Yeah,
going to a show, especially like if we when we have done headline shows, there's definitely like a comfort knowing that like these people like came to like just hang out with you
yeah,
and like hear your songs and it's like nice to kind of be like okay, like they know me and like have seen me from social media and we're able to just like be authentic on there. So like
yeah. It's like
we're going to
both.
be good here.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely knowing that you're not going to get up on stage and they're not going to boo you. Like you're going to be
yeah,
definitely fine. They
yeah. That
definitely
is nice.
know. Yeah. Okay, so what is your set list like? Are you like have you crafted a set list towards this new album coming out and are you planning to include any covers or anything like that or what's going on with that?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, definitely we want to play like we don't have like a specific set list yet, but we definitely like are working towards having some shows for this record. And I mean, with the hope would be to be able to play all the songs on the record and also like mix in some of
Some
the
covers too.
some of like our old catalog as well and like some covers. But for covers, I don't know. We like to switch it up sometimes. Like sometimes we'll like play the same cover like for a lot of shows, but it's also fun like because whenever we're like posting about our shows, a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, like can you play this?" And like I think that would be fun to like try to play a different cover at every show or
Yeah.
something, and like do it based off of people's comments or something.
That would be really fun. And I mean, I was talking to one of my co-editors. She was talking about um I think this might have been like super early, but you guys did a cover of Ceilings by Lizzie McAlpine, and she's the
Mm.
biggest Lizzie fan ever. She was like,
Yeah,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh, I love that cover." And so yeah, that's just what came to mind when I was kind of thinking about this conversation. And so
yeah.
you could consider that. You could
All
consider that.
right.
yeah.
Favorite love song.
You go first.
I I have two that I really love, but I think my favorite is "Begin Again" by Taylor Swift.
Ooh, dang. I'm trying to think like specific love song. I don't know. I don't listen to enough love songs, I guess. uh, Perfect by Ed Sheeran is really good.
That is a good one. I love Ed Sheeran. Okay, and for
Yeah.
some reason, I don't know why, especially with my friends, like he Loki gets a lot of like shade, and I'm like, guys, I love Ed
No,
Sheeran.
I
Oh,
love him.
he's so good. Yeah,
He's so
Yeah.
good.
he's
I
awesome.
really want to see him live too. I really do. Also, I'm sorry, I definitely skipped a question, so I'm gonna go back to another question about the album, but
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go back. Okay, what's the last song you had on repeat?
You go first.
Um, "Bowling Alley" by Audrey Hobart. I think is how you say her name.
I've been listening to Bleed by oh gosh, it's Omar Apollo and Malcolm Todd. That song's fire. I've
That
been
song is
listening to
really good. Those are both really good choices. Okay, favorite song to perform live? It can be like released, unreleased, or cover, whatever you guys are feeling.
My favorite is Oh What a Dream, an original of ours. That one is just like super chill and it's kind of about like living in the moment and so like it kind of helps calm me down whenever
Mm-hmm.
we're playing shows and like feel in the moment, which is nice.
I really love to play "Girl I'll Be Tomorrow" because that is our most popular original so far, and just seeing people sing along to that song is really sweet.
Yeah.
I also do really love Burning House by Cam, though. That's a cover. I
Oh
had
yeah.
to add in that one.
Heard that one, but I'm gonna write that down. Let me listen to that. But I feel like you guys' choices of your original music is like really good. Okay. This is a silly question, but do you have a song that you wish you had written?
Waiting Room by Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah. One I really love is Walt Grace's Submarine Test by John Mayer. It's on his Born and Raised record. It's so good.
Oh, okay. I've been kind of into it, like a John Mayer phase randomly. Like I think I remembered Why Georgia one day, and I was like,
Oh,
let's
That
listen
one's
to that.
good.
But okay, I haven't heard that, so I'm gonna get back into John Mayer.
yes. You should
Um,
listen. That Born and Raised record is like my favorite record of his. So
okay, okay,
listen to them.
I'm on that. Okay. Do you have a favorite moment of writing or recording the album? Which I guess is kind of a longer question. They're
Mm.
supposed to be like quick questions, but yeah.
I feel like making Shut Up and Kiss Me was really fun in the studio.
Yeah. That one we did like in just like one day, basically, like the
Yeah.
writing and recording, like the whole song, basically. Because like as we were writing it, we just like had like a Pro Tools session, and we're just like working on it too, and like kind of just like everything we added just like worked really well
Yeah.
and felt good, and it kind of just became the song. It was really fun and fast. That's probably the same for me too.
Okay. And then kind of a question about like vinyls or like owning like physical music or CDs. But what's one album everyone should own?
I think Graceland by Paul Simon is a really iconic one. Um, yeah,
I think I agree with that
you agree with
one.
me?
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then okay, I totally skipped over just this like question about the album in general. And so I
Mhm.
was reading, and you would describe the album as learning to love yourself first. So how is that translated into like your creative and also personal practices? What would you
Mhm.
describe that as?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like creatively, we've been learning a lot how to like kind of just like trust our like selves, I guess, and like know that um like it's okay to like kind of have like a strong opinion about what we do, and
Hmm.
um I think we're very thankful for like the team that we have around us and who are helping us like through this music, and to have each other too as a team. But I think it's easy sometimes to like lose a little bit of confidence in yourself sometimes with people around who are helping you too. And but now like after like through writing this record, it's kind of been like I don't know, it's helped us to know that like it's important to share that and be open about that, and it's okay even if it's like I don't know, it's just like good, we should be doing that. And then personally for me, um I mean, I feel like the record has definitely helped in just like the self-love thing, kind of like you said, and like knowing that like that has to come first to be able to love someone else well. And like it's I feel like everyone like kind of knows that, but it's just like truly like living that and like doing that is the harder part, you know, and
Yeah.
making sure you're like doing that in everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
You agree?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that really speaks to, I guess, the album title, which I love that. And
Mhm.
yeah, I really understand that. I really resonate with that. And I also feel like completing a project or like I mean, obviously, how long have you guys had this like whole thing completed?
I mean, we finished like tracking it, like, yeah, I guess like in like maybe January was like the latest, like if
Okay.
we like added a little bit, but I think it was mainly like we finished in like December.
Yeah. Okay. But I definitely feel like completing the project and like knowing that it's set in stone is always such a confidence booster and also kind of
Hmm.
makes you more secure and like knowing that okay, I can get this done and I know that it's
Yeah,
solid and stable and
Hmm.
nothing's gonna change. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love that
totally.
answer. Thank you guys so much. This was really um such an insightful conversation, especially about working in a duo and navigating that and the entire songwriting process. I always find that very fascinating. So thank you guys so much for sitting down with me.